Let's talk about it. You used to hang around some dude named Lil Speedy or whatever. What was y'all relationship like? Because y'all used to be hanging around, being in music videos and shit together and shit too. At one point, right?
Yeah, that was Bleed. Yeah, that was Bleed.
He from the same block as you?
Nah, he from Bloodhouse.
Well, y'all became friends up.
I met his ass from school. He been cool and shit from school and shit. You know, motherfuckers be meeting each other for school and shit like that. Like.
And y'all just fell out and ended up going separate ways type shit.
I ain't got no bad blood before. You ain't got no bad blood, bro.
We seen some posts on some blogs and shit saying that you did take a pipe from him at some point.
Nah, hell no. I just be talking. I ain't do no shit like that. Hell no. If I listen to your song, I gotta really listen to it. Like, I replay that bitch. Like, I play it back like 3 times. You gotta say some real cold shit. I don't really know. I don't really know. I was finna say the Joker, MTV Joker. I ain't gonna bop. Joker was talking that shit before he died. He said you got 1 to 3 hats in parking like, yeah. And I'm like, dead brother.
Most people know Chicago drill for the rivalries that made national headlines years ago. But a new generation has taken over, and the conflicts have become just as intense. One of the biggest names leading that wave is FullyChop. Unlike many young rappers trying to avoid attention, FullyChop has built a reputation for confronting rivals head-on, even clashing with older and more established crews. At one point, rumors even claimed members of M Block DIY entered his neighborhood looking for him. Whether through music, social media, or real-life disputes, his name has stayed at the center of Chicago's latest drill scene. But to understand how things reached this point, you have to go back to where it all started. FullyChop grew up around 59th and Paulina in Chicago's West Englewood neighborhood, an area closely associated with PGF, short for Psycho Gang Family. The group was named after a respected young member known as Psycho, whose death had a lasting impact on the people around him. According to those who knew him, Psycho was only 16 years old when he was killed after reportedly being mistaken for someone else while playing basketball. His death became one of the defining moments for the neighborhood, and friends chose to keep his memory alive by naming the group after him. Growing up there meant FullyChop was surrounded by violence from an early age. Before he became known as FullyChop, he went by the name Baby Get 'em. Long before music brought him attention, he had already become accustomed to life in an environment where shootings were common. During an interview, he recalled hearing gunfire so often as a child that diving behind cars and porch railings became second nature before he had even started first grade. Those experiences shaped the reality he would later rap about, and much of his music reflects the environment he says he grew up in. As his name started gaining attention in Chicago's drill scene, it wasn't just because of his music. His reputation became closely tied to a series of increasingly personal feuds, many involving people he had once been close with. One of the biggest fallouts involved Lil Speedy and Lil Kesu. According to widespread rumors circulating online, the relationship reportedly fell apart after FullyChop and Lil 50 allegedly took a firearm belonging to Lil Speedy. While those claims have never been officially confirmed, both sides began throwing accusations at each other publicly, making it clear the friendship had completely collapsed. The tension escalated quickly. Rumors soon spread that FullyChop allegedly pulled up to Lil Speedy's house, where gunfire was reportedly exchanged. Neither side's version of events has been independently verified, but the incident fueled weeks of online taunting. Afterward, Lil Speedy mocked FullyChop on social media, suggesting he hadn't fought back during the confrontation. FullyChop immediately responded by questioning whether Speedy's house was still standing after the alleged shootout. Instead of letting the situation cool down, both sides continued escalating it online. During an interview alongside Q50 and Lil 50, FullyChop appeared to show off a gun that supporters claimed had been taken from Lil Speedy. The group laughed about the situation while continuing to insult him, further adding fuel to an already volatile rivalry. Lil Speedy later responded in his own interview, denying many of FullyChop's claims and insisting the stories being told about him simply weren't true. By then, it was obvious the dispute had gone far beyond social media. The conflict didn't stop there. Another person caught in the middle was Lil Kesu. Videos soon surfaced showing FullyChop, Lil 50, and others arguing with Lil Kesu over another allegedly stolen firearm. According to people following the situation, tensions grew because Kesu was accused of trying to remain friendly with both FullyChop's group and Lil Speedy's circle at the same time. That decision reportedly cost him both friendships. The arguments quickly turned into constant online exchanges, with both sides trading insults, mocking one another, and making increasingly aggressive statements during live streams. As the weeks passed, The rivalry became one of the most talked about conflicts among Chicago's younger drill artists. Unfortunately, the online drama would soon be overshadowed by real tragedy. On October 22, 2024, Lil 50, whose real name was Anthony Smith, was fatally shot in Chicago. According to reports, he was standing in an alley in the Woodland neighborhood when a gunman opened fire, striking him multiple times. He was rushed to the hospital, but despite medical efforts, he later died from his injuries. News of his death spread almost immediately across social media. While friends and supporters mourned, others used the moment to continue the rivalry. Lil Speedy went live shortly after reports of the shooting began circulating. During the live stream, he appeared to mock the situation, rather than express sympathy, a reaction that drew heavy criticism from many viewers while further inflaming tensions between both groups. The situation became even more emotional when Lil 50's sister, Big Jada, went live herself. Clearly devastated, she demanded justice for her brother and made several emotional statements directed toward those she believed were responsible. During the live stream, she also threatened Lil Speedy over what she viewed as disrespectful behavior following her brother's death. In the days that followed, more rumors began circulating about what had happened that night. One unverified story claimed Lil 50 had received warnings to leave the area before the shooting. Another alleged that he later left his family's company to retrieve a firearm, a decision that supposedly placed him directly in danger. These claims have never been confirmed, but they became part of the online discussion surrounding the case. Another rumor pointed toward Lil Tay from Trap City as being involved in setting Lil 50 up. However, no evidence has publicly confirmed that allegation, and it remains speculation shared online rather than an established fact. Only weeks later, another shocking development added to the growing list of tragedies surrounding the feud. Lil Tay was killed in a high-speed car crash after the vehicle he was riding in reportedly lost control and struck a utility pole. He died at the scene while several others inside the vehicle were seriously injured. For many people watching these events unfold, it felt as though the violence surrounding Chicago's newest drill generation had reached an entirely different level. But despite everything that had already happened, the story was far from over. The fallout from Lil 50's death would soon lead to another killing, more arrests, and an explosive conflict between FullyChop and someone who had once been one of his closest allies. That entire situation would push the feud into an even more controversial chapter. Not long after Lil 50's death, another tragedy shook Chicago's drill scene. On December 4, 2024, Lil Kesu was found shot inside his home on Chicago's South Side. According to police reports, officers responded to a shooting after his mother discovered him with a fatal gunshot wound. Investigators also recovered multiple shell casings both inside and outside the residence, indicating a violent attack. Because Lil Kesu had recently been involved in a very public feud with FullyChop and others, speculation immediately exploded across social media. Many online pointed to a video posted just days before the shooting in which FullyChop appeared to shine a flashlight toward what people believed was Kesu's home while holding a firearm. Others claimed Kesu had accidentally continued sharing his phone location with FullyChop from when they were still friends, leading some to believe that mistake may have exposed his whereabouts. However, none of those claims have been proven, and they remain internet speculation rather than confirmed facts. As investigators continued looking into the case, another twist caught people's attention. Both Lil Speedy and FullyChop were later arrested in connection with Lil Kesu's death. While that immediately fueled online theories, it's important to distinguish verified events from speculation. One theory circulating online alleged that Speedy and another individual planned the attack after gaining access to Kesu's home. According to that version of events, someone pretended to leave, returned moments later claiming to have forgotten a phone, and once Kesu reopened the door, another person allegedly carried out the shooting before fleeing in a waiting vehicle. Again, those claims have never been publicly proven, and the legal process is still what ultimately determines responsibility. Regardless of what actually happened, one thing was obvious. The feud had now claimed multiple lives and drawn even more people into the conflict. Then, the focus shifted once again, this time to someone who had previously been demanding justice for Lil 50, Big Jada. Following her brother's death, Big Jada became one of the loudest voices criticizing anyone she believed disrespected his memory. But months later, social media began circulating claims that she was dating rapper Lil Nun, someone widely associated with a rival circle and known for dissing Lil 50. The rumors immediately sparked backlash. Many people accused her of switching sides, arguing that the relationship contradicted everything she had publicly stood for after her brother's death. FullyChop didn't hide how he felt about it. During live streams, he openly criticized Jada, accusing her of associating with people connected to his enemies. Their disagreement quickly escalated into personal insults and heated online arguments that thousands of viewers watched unfold in real time. Clubhouse discussions and Instagram lives only made the situation worse. Rather than resolving anything, both sides continued trading accusations while supporters flooded the comment sections, choosing sides and fueling even more drama. Then, another surprising moment changed the conversation. During one live stream, Big Jada admitted that she had lied about certain statements she previously made involving her brother. That admission immediately became one of the biggest talking points online, with critics using it to question other claims she had made throughout the feud. Around the same time, videos also surfaced appearing to confirm that she and Lil Nun were, in fact, together. The backlash intensified. Many people couldn't understand how someone who had once demanded justice for her brother could now be involved with someone who had publicly mocked his name. Big Jada eventually addressed the criticism herself. She argued that social media had no right to dictate her personal life and insisted she could date whoever she wanted. She also accused many people online of creating narratives without knowing everything that had happened behind the scenes. In her view, much of the blame being placed on her ignored the bigger picture. She went even further by suggesting that many people only mentioned Lil 50 because of his connection to FullyChop's ongoing beefs. According to her, countless people who never knew her brother personally were using his name simply because it had become part of internet drama. Whether people agreed with her or not, her comments sparked another wave of debate across social media. Some viewers believed she deserved the freedom to move on with her life. Others argued that choosing to be with someone associated with people who had publicly disrespected her brother crossed a line that many couldn't overlook. The discussion quickly spread beyond Instagram, with Reddit and other platforms filling with arguments from both sides. Some commenters insisted nothing could justify her decision, while others believed outsiders didn't know enough about the private relationships involved to judge her so harshly. Regardless of where people stood, the controversy once again placed FullyChop's name at the center of another highly publicized conflict. Even today, the tension between FullyChop and Lil Nun continues to play out online, with both sides exchanging indirect shots through live streams and social media posts. And that's what makes FullyChop's story so different from many other young drill artists. His rise hasn't been defined by music alone. Nearly every stage of his career has been accompanied by public feuds, viral confrontations, internet speculation, and tragedies involving people connected to his circle. As one conflict fades, another seems to take its place, keeping his name constantly circulating throughout Chicago's drill scene. Whether that attention ultimately helps or hurts his future remains to be seen. For now, FullyChop remains one of the most talked about figures in the new generation of Chicago drill, not only because of his music, but because of the controversies that continue to surround him. And with tensions between multiple rival groups still unresolved, many people believe this story is far from over. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated on the latest stories from the world of hip-hop and Chicago drill, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.